What's going on, Canes fans? We are back at RNG with another recruit interview. This time we are with four-star tight end Gus RItchey, who actually was just recently at Miami and got a chance to experience a little bit of our lifestyle and got a chance to meet some of our staff. So we definitely want to chime in with him and see how he's doing. What's up, Gus? How you doing, man?
I'm good. How about yourself?
Doing great, man. Thank you for taking the time to jump on here and let Canes fan get a little more familiar with you.
Oh yeah, I'm really excited. So yeah.
Well, I always like to start off. What's your current height and weight?
So right now I'm standing at 6'3", around 230 pounds. Yeah, that's what I've measured at Miami. So.
Is that your ideal playing weight?
So actually, I'm actually trying to put on a little bit of weight. I'm trying to get to 245 by when the season starts. Because I but at Miami, I'm getting recruited as a tight end. So my weight before the season is going to be around 245-ish. I'm trying to get to. So yeah.
So with that goal, what's kind of the focus in the weight room for you?
So I mean, the main focus is it's a lot of explosion. You want to be when you play football, you got to be very explosive. Both sides, especially. If you're playing tight end, you got to learn how to block, run routes, catch the ball in traffic. So there's a variety of things to work on in the weight room. Bench press, mainly bench press, squat, power clean are the three main things I really do. And of course, I'm going to add some other stuff. But then I do a lot of jumping exercises to make sure, to kind of get a feel like when in game, if I need to make a big time catch or a play, I get to, jump up there, catch the ball, or if, bench press is also like blocking, use my hands, get in the guys' pads and, just drive them to the dirt. So, yeah.
What kind of tight end role does your high school have you playing? Are you playing kind of a hybrid role, or are you playing more of a traditional tight end role?
I mean, to be honest, I'm probably playing the traditional, but this year is going to be different. So we have a new head coach.
Okay.
So last year I was a stand-up slot, and I would get my hand in the dirt a lot too. But this year I'm playing from. It's crazy to sound, but it sounds crazy. But like I'm playing from wide receiver to slot to where there's a lot of things. Running back, like I'm going to get the ball a lot. So I'm really looking forward to it. But we're mainly running an air raid offense, so it's going to be a lot of passing and I'm going to run some RPOs. So I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah, that's actually going to be a great chance for you to get experience the college scene, because that's kind of what's taking place, at the NCAA level as well.
Yeah, yes, sir. No doubt. Yeah, and Miami does a really good job with their RPOs and stuff. So I'm really, really excited.
Speaking about Miami and the staff and stuff, what kind of relationships have you been able to build, and what coaches have you spoken with?
So, I mean, mainly, so when they offered me, it was Coach Woodell. He was the tight ends coach. He offered me a couple weeks ago, and basically they just loved my film and loved how the player I was. Coach Chris Ball, he's been on the track for a while, but I think they wanted to they wanted to pull the trigger that day. And I talked to him on the phone, and it was just a great conversation overall. I was really, really excited when they did it. But also, when I went there, I mean, they treated me like a family. They treated me so well. And, I brought my dad with me, and he loved every second of it. And that means a lot. And that shows a lot when my dad gets involved with it too. And they, we're participating in things. It means so much to me and my family. So we sat down, talked to Coach Chris Ball, get to know each other. Coach Woodell, we hung out with them all the time. So the assistants. And, I mean, it was just a great 2 days. So.
I love hearing that your father was able to get involved with it as well. It's always great when the family can get involved because the
Yes,
Canes,
sir.
that's one thing the Canes preaches. We are a Canes fam. That's how we refer to ourselves as our fans base. So
Yes,
we
sir.
definitely have a family orientated kind of an approach to the whole like fan base and the team, you know?
No doubt. And your fan base is unreal. Like, you guys have a really, really good fan base. So, I mean, I'm really looking forward to it coming to see a game. So, yeah, I'm really, really excited.
So, since you've had a chance now to experience a little bit of Miami Hurricanes football, I got 3 words for you, Gus.
All right.
And those are Miami Hurricanes football. What do those 3 words mean to you?
I mean, what those mean, I mean, they're the best, I mean, tight end uh, it's tight end you got all the greats that come in and out. You got to develop relationship and have a lot of opportunity at a school like that. So it's, for me, it would be football, opportunity, and relationship. And that's what stood out the most to me. So yeah, I was really, really pumped.
You still have, a year left, of high school and going through your whole process and stuff like that. But when you take your last snap in high school and it's all said and done, what legacy do you want to be remembered as? What kind of player does Gus RItchey want to be remembered as in high school?
Well, it's tough to say. I want to be known as a great person on and off the field, but I also want to give the community back as well. I've been really big on community stuff. I've always wanted to support a lot of local stuff and everything. So I like to, want to be known as giving back to my community. But also, if I'm talking about on the field mainly, as just a hard-nosed player, as a tough player, that's basically the type of guy I've always wanted to be remembered as, because that's what I grew up was, kind of hard nosed. I'm from Indiana originally, so we did a lot of farm work there. So that's where I was raised, and my family's taught me that. So I want to be known on the field that same way, but giving back to the community mainly. So yeah.
I love hearing that approach, man. Giving back to the community is such a huge deal, especially with players who have a voice and have a platform to speak from. When they get to
Yes,
the
sir.
college level, they can really make an impact.
No doubt, no doubt. So yeah, I'm really, really looking forward to it.
So, Gus, what gets you most I mean, you seem to be kind of a guy who's got some energy. I can tell. What
Yeah,
gets
yeah,
you?
yeah. I get a little energy. Yeah.
No, and I love it. Trust me, I love it, man. What gets you most excited on game day? Is it a pregame ritual? Is it something that happens on the field? What gets you pumped up?
Okay, so I mean, I always jam to some music. I get some a little bit of like rapping, but I also like to listen to some like Rage Against Machines. Kind of like picture. I like to picture myself making plays on the field and doing that stuff. And then when I go out before the game, I mean, I don't know why, I've always hit. I always get my 100 push-ups in. I always get 100 push-ups in. I don't know why, but I always do, just to kind of pump me up and get my blood flowing a little bit. And then after, I just zone in and get prepared to, play a long game of football. So yeah.
Man, getting 100 push-ups in before that's putting in work, bro. Seriously.
I know. Yeah. I just, yeah.
So, if you had to describe your game to somebody who'd never seen your film, how would you describe your game to them?
um, I never even thought about that. I guess agile and physicality.
Yeah.
Those are my 2 things that I think help my recruitment a lot. Is my agility to move in space and to catch the ball, which you don't really see a whole lot. There's a different variety of tight ends.
Yeah.
But the other thing is I can block, and I can free. I just love blocking.
That's great
I
to
love
hear.
catching. I love blocking. And some tight ends are good at one thing, but I think a lot of colleges see that I'm good at both. So I think that's why, especially Miami, that's what they see me. They see me playing wherever.
Yeah.
So, like a Jaleel Skinner, kind of. That's just like that. Yeah. So, yeah.
Kind of the movable chess piece.
Yeah.
Yep. It makes total sense, man. I've watched your film. I can see exactly why they're taking that approach with you.
Yeah.
So, and I'm just kind of curious, what's your opinion on the Miami football facilities, at least from what you've seen so far?
So, well, you know what's funny? So when I walked in the facility, and I said, "Why does this all look brand new?" And one of the assistants said, "It's not. It's been there since 2015." And I was like, "What the heck?" I was like, "You're lying." They're like, "No, everything is just so, like, we established everything so well. We coach, and I mean, we put so much money into it." And I was shocked how they're taking care of it. And I'm so excited to see what they're about to do with the new facility, the new one they're about to build. 7 stories. I mean, that's crazy. And it shows a lot with the community putting that amount of money in, and Coach Chris Ball raising that stuff to get to that level, you know. And I mean, that is crazy to me. And I mean, it shows a lot. It really does. So,
Coach Cristobal has brought so much life to this program, and it was almost overnight. The guy's energy is just absolutely contagious, which I'm sure you've already witnessed.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. I mean, it's crazy. I think it's just crazy.
And it's a passion. I mean, it comes from the heart. You know, it comes from his soul. I mean, this is what he loves, and this is who he really is on a day-to-day basis.
No, and I mean, that's the thing. When I met and talked with him, it was just talking, like we were talking about fishing.
Yeah.
I never fished, but we were talking about fishing, and I was like that was like, you know, it wasn't just about football. It was about getting to know each other, loving our hobbies, what we do for a living, you know, what to get to just really know each other. And I loved every second of that, because he wants me to get into fishing. This is what he told me, to start fishing, because I know he says he's huge when it comes to it. He fishes every day. So like, yeah, I thought that was funny. So I might try it out though, but I mean, we'll see. So
it's a relaxing habit to get into. I can tell you that. I'm a fisherman myself.
I bet.
So of course, you know, I mean, I love talking about Miami. I could talk about Miami forever, but you know, I also do got to ask, what other schools are showing you some love?
All right. So the other schools that have really like shown love, so my in-state schools definitely have. Duke, Carolina, NC State, they've definitely shown a lot of interest and love. We got schools like Notre Dame, Michigan, Virginia Tech. I mean, Maryland. I mean, those are other schools that have shown me a lot of love. And then the rest, you know, they'll keep in contact and communicate with me. But those are the main schools that have really shown a lot of interest and stood out. But like I said, I'm just ready, you know, for whatever. Anybody, you know, and any time. So yeah.
Yeah. You sound like you're just ready to suit up and play some football is what it sounds like, Gus. Ain't nothing wrong with that, man. Ain't nothing wrong with that at all. So how about you go ahead and give the fans here your social media plugs. How can they find you on social media?
Okay, so I mean, I got an Instagram. It's just Gus _Ritchey. It's 06, I believe, and I have my Twitter is Richie Gus. I do. I mean, those are my two main ones. I don't really get on TikTok a whole lot. I think you can probably just find it. It's just Gus Ritchey, I think. I don't get on TikTok a whole lot, so yeah. And then yeah, that's it. That's really it. And then yeah, so.
And one thing I like to do with recruits is I always like to give them a chance to give a shout out, whether it's to their parents, their trainers, their coaches, whoever is helping you develop in football and as a young man. Go ahead and show them some love.
I mean, I want to shout out to, you know, my family, my friends, like I that side has done so much. They've put so much time and effort and believed in me. I've worked so hard for this, and for the past 2 years, my trainers have got me to a point where I've came to succeed that. I mean, my mom, my dad, I would just mainly shout out them. They've been there my whole life. They've done, tremendous things that I'm just truly blessed to have them, and I love them so much because of it. And that's why I work my hardest, so I could get and to the point where they don't have to work anymore. So yeah, that's the goal. So
Yeah, that's a fantastic answer, Gus. I'm sure they're proud of you already, man. You put in a lot of work as it is already, I've noticed.
Yes, sir. No doubt. Yeah.
Well, Gus, I got one last question for you here, and I'll let you get going on your night here. But it's a question I ask every single recruit that comes onto this show. Why do you love the game of football?
The reason why I love the game, so I wasn't a big football guy, actually. Fun fact. I want to say until last year. And like last year, a couple of years ago, really, I wasn't really a big football, but basically, the reason why I love the game of football so much was just it's brought so much passion, and I love going out in the field and releasing a whole bunch of energy. It could be anger, it can be excitement, it can be anything. It's a sport where you can have so much fun, develop relationships, have a lot of fun. And you have to work hard if you want to get to that place, and if you want to go in the next level, you have to work really hard. But I thank the game of football so much because it's gotten me all these opportunities which I thought I would never ever had. So I'm really I really thank the game of football where it's gotten me to this point.
Fantastic answer. A couple other answers I often get from guys are they can legally put hands on somebody and not get in trouble.
I was actually about to say that, but I was like, I'm gonna give the true answer. But I think there's a little bit of that side as with it. So yeah.
Especially a tight end or anybody in the trenches and stuff like that, having a block, getting down in the dirt. That's just part of the whole. That's just part of the whole show, baby.
Yeah, I'm constantly in the trenches. So yeah, I know what you're talking about there.
Well, Gus, man, I truly appreciate you taking this time out here to let Canes fans get a little more familiar with you. I definitely want to stay in touch with you, man. We'll bring you back on in the future, let Canes fans get a little more familiar with your recruitment, your development, kind of what's going on. I know you got still quite a bit of football to play, so we'll be catching up with you soon.
Yes, of course, and I'm really excited, and I can't wait to do more and more, and shout out to the Canes fans as well. So yeah, I'm really excited.
I guarantee you right now, if you throw up the U, they're gonna love you.
Okay, I got you. Hold on. Let me get my. There you go.
There we go, baby. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. All right, Gus. So you have yourself a fantastic night, man, and get home safe. And we will talk to you soon.
Yes, sir. I appreciate everything.
No problem.
Have a good night.
All right, guys. That was 4-star tight end Gus RItchey out of Northwood High School in North Carolina. This guy, like he mentioned, he is kind of a movable chess piece. In some ways, I even see him almost as an old school H-back, but with the ability to do a little bit more than the old school H-back, that athletic ability. And it's going to be something that I think that Cristobal really, really likes in him. And he kind of mentioned that himself, how he's talked with Cristobal about the whole blocking aspect and being a tight end, and about his passion for blocking as a tight end, which is something we always love to hear. While we are very, very fortunate at Miami to have playmaking tight ends, we got to have our blocking tight ends as well. But I think Gus is a guy who can come in and be a playmaker and a tight end. Thank you guys for joining us. Gus was a fantastic interview. I will definitely be getting in touch with him in the future. Thank you guys for joining RNG tonight for the interview, and we will talk to you guys soon. And it's always about the U. Go Canes.